Hello, everyone. I'm composer Hector Armienta and also artistic director of Opera Cultura. I'm thrilled that I'll be speaking today with a wonderful conductor from Mexico and a good friend also, Alan Vladimir Gomez. Welcome, Alan. How are you?
Hi, Hector. How are you? I'm so happy to be here with you, with all my spirit here with you in the next job.
Yes, and I call him Alan, but his name is Alan Vladimir Gomez. Some people know him as Vladimir, but to me, he's Alan. So always good to see you, Alan. Yes, yes. And Alan is based in Guadalajara, but he's conducted throughout Mexico. He also conducted for us a few years ago one of my opera called Rio de Mujeres, an amazing conductor, amazing musician. So I'm happy that I can share his work with you here today. So Alan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? In short, tell us how you got exposed to opera.
Well, my first, I can remember very well because I was a child. I want to make a lot of things: football, gymnastic, music. Once upon a time, I was in the theater. I used to live one block to the theater, so it's too clear to me, too near to me, to my home. So I went in the theater and I feel a lot of magic. These sounds emerge of the orchestra. I don't know where was the orchestra. All the singers are on the scene, in the spot of the lights, and I feel magic. That's why I love it. I love into the music, to the opera, and I thought, whoa, maybe sometimes I'm gonna be there singing.
Sure. Okay. And when you say the theater, do you mean Teatro de Gollado?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, in Guadalajara, which is one of the most beautiful venues.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you ever
It's a
been to Guadalajara?
yeah, it's a beautiful theater. Yeah, yeah. It's like La Scala Milan. It's all the same.
So Alan, tell me, what is your favorite opera to conduct, or which opera would you really like to conduct that you have not had the opportunity yet?
Well, I think all the time the opera in this time it was for example, if I conduct Bohème, I'm in love with Bohème. If I conduct Carmen, I'm in love with Carmen. But I think Puccini is for me the greatest opera. Maybe Turandot.
Okay, so which opera beyond Turandot would you like to have you
Uh,
that you conducted before?
yeah, maybe Bohème or Carmen. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I feel the blood of the Latin spirit. So
Okay.
when I was as on the scene and I saw to the Don Jose to sing with this passion, I feel the same passion like a Latino.
And okay, so my next question, you're Mexican,
Yeah,
um, yeah, and you're not from Guadalajara though. Are you from Guadalajara?
yeah, I'm born in Guadalajara.
You're born in Guadalajara, and so you're what they call a tapatio, right? Is that what?
Yeah, tapatio. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because tapatio means was a kind of coin a lot of time ago. So the coin is tapata. So that's why is the name of tapatio.
Okay, I learned something today. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. But so as someone from Guadalajara, what are some of your influences, your cultural influences? How do those cultural influences affect how you conduct or maybe the music that you like?
Well, I think it's two. But of course, the Mexican music, Mexican with this rhythm and three and a two, pa 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 pa. I feel that in my blood. But of course, all the culture of from Europe, because well, when you are in the conservatory, you always study to Mozart, Beethoven, Dvorak. So I have a lot of influence both. But I think the most important for me it's beyond the culture is I like to think about the composers, what they felt before and it's like a magic because when I conduct, I feel like I'm in this time a long time ago. So it's a bridge of time. So that's the most important thing for me for conduct. But
Yeah.
I think I have the both influences to Mexican music and the European music.
Yeah. But you also, you know, you also studied in Barcelona at one of the conservatories there, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
what was that experience like for you? How did that affect your working as a conductor?
Well, for me, it was amazing because I felt for the first time in my life, I hear the real music. I feel all in the orchestra, the violins first, the second. I hear every voice of the composition at the same time.
Okay. So Alan, do you want to share anything? So I guess my last question to you is, um, what are your sort of plans? What would you like to be, you're a relatively young man. So what would you like to be doing 5 to 10 years from now? What do you see yourself doing?
Well, 2 years before, I was talking with the famous composer from the Mariachi Vargas de Calitlan. This name, I can't remember the name. So it's Rubén Fuentes. Con
Ah,
Rubén Fuentes.
I
You
don't
know?
know him, but
No,
okay.
well, it's a
I know
very,
I know the mariachi, company. Yes,
yeah.
very famous.
So I'm trying to make a change in the symphonic music. So I want to bring the culture, the mariachi, on the orchestra. That's my goal because I think what I felt, if you want to make Mexican music in another part of the world, yeah, we have Carlos Chavez, Blas Galindo, Revueltas, but we don't have new composers in the new way. So you have to contract a mariachi, and you have two worlds, and folk music and classic music. So I think maybe we can do new things. So I was talking con Rubén Fuentes, and we made new arrangements for the orchestra. So maybe other orchestras can play music without mariachi, or the mariachi inside the orchestra.
Oh,
So this is the most important thing for me in 3 or 4 years to do.
okay. Okay. Well, that sounds great. That sounds
Yeah.
all right, Alan. Well, I'm gonna finish this, but I want to thank you so much for your time. And we have a project that you and I are trying to develop. Hopefully, we'll be able to share that good news soon.
Yeah,
Well, but
we
thank
have,
you. Yeah, yeah. But I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon. So thank you everyone for joining us for another video episode of Los Revolucionarios. And it's been a thrill as always to share with you some of the wonderful artists. The Latinx artists and Latino artists and Latina artists. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.